Alright, where is it? Where are you? There it is. Yep. We got it. We're going to do this today, the macro lens. But first, it's kind of a foggy little morning here, so grab your cameras and let's go. Good morning and welcome to Scene Sprout. My name is Chris and today we are going to do this macro lens. For once, I think we're going to pull this off. There's a bunch of yellow flowers over here we'll get to in just a second. But yeah, I hope you liked that. Got here and there's all this fog. So I hope you liked that little intro video with a couple of pictures. So I'm going to get over here, we're going to get set up and get right to this macro lens because it's a perfect day and I don't think anything's going to make us stop. So yeah, stick around and be right back. All right, so we are set up for these guys. I just kind of showed you here in a little bit of a video there just a second ago. Now, it's kind of hard to see here, and I've actually already taken one other shot besides this. The sun's shining directly on the screen, so you can see down there my ISO is 100 because I'm on a tripod. I want to try and get ISO is 400. Oh, come on, focus. Because there's just a slight breeze. Things are moving just a little bit, so I increased my ISO to 400. That gives me a little bit, makes it easier for me to boost the shutter speed and as well drop down that F number, set F number down there at 16. That is so I could get something in focus. If you were to have this on, say, F5.6 or something that I usually have it on for more normal flower shots, you want the aperture to be as big of a number as possible, between 16 and 22, to get as much of your subject in focus. Why does this camera not want to stay in focus? Anyways, so yeah, so I'm gonna take these shots, post them up, and we're gonna keep looking here. And we're on our way to the next subject. We will actually go over a couple of key elements to a macro lens and what distinguishes it from other lenses. So stick around. So I'm walking along and I see this little guy. I'm gonna see if I can handhold a shot of this guy because it'll take me a while to get, well, it's a snail. He's not going anywhere, but still. I'm gonna try and get a handhold shot of this guy. So give me a second, I'll throw this up because this is not gonna be something I could really film myself doing real well. I'm going to be using a high ISO to get a higher shutter speed and a very low aperture, like 16-22. So if I can handhold this properly, you guys will see this very shortly. Well, that was a fun little surprise. I was able to pull it off too, handhold him. Hopefully the sun in my face isn't too bright. There's not a lot of shade right in this area. And I'm not ready to go down in the trees for macro. Part of the reason why this is such a good day for this is because of the bright sunlight. There's like 2 clouds in the entire sky. So anyways, so a macro lens, what makes it a macro lens? First and foremost, it can focus up closer than most lenses. Now, if you're hunting for lenses online, you might actually notice that some of them will say macro, but that just means they can focus extremely close, because that's the main thing that makes it a macro lens. The other thing is the majority of them are prime lenses because you get a cleaner, crisper picture. There's no like extra moving parts to zoom, so the only moving parts needed are to focus. And there's a little bit of a zoom to the focus as well, but not as much as an actual zoom lens. What was that? Huh. Well, something was up in the tree. I didn't see what it was, if it was a bird or not flying away. But yeah, it made a big old crashing noise. Must have been a big bird. I'm gonna stand right here so that the sun isn't directly in on my face. Turn this way, there we go. All right, so and the other part of a macro lens is it has an extremely shallow depth of field because it can focus up close. Now, it can be used as a regular lens. It is still just a lens. I could point it at anything and use it normally. But the fun of getting a dedicated macro lens is being able to do shots like I've shown you so far today. The other thing too is because of that really shallow depth of field, which I'm sure you saw with those pictures, there's not a lot in focus. There's no way to get it all in focus that way. So you got to try and line your shots up even better. And yeah, it takes a lot of practice, and I'm fairly new with this lens. So it's, that I was surprised I was able to handhold that snail. We'll see when I get home and get into Luminar, see how it works. But so because of that shallow depth of field, it's hard to handhold it. If you handhold it, you have to use a higher ISO, and as I've said before, a higher ISO is going to introduce noise. That's okay though. You can use, noise is fine. I mean, we've been dealing with grainy film pictures and stuff for a long time. It isn't until just very recently that everything is all 4K and HD and, you know, super crisp and clear. So photographs, if they have a little bit of grain, is not going to bother or kill anybody. If it's a ton and it's just destroying your picture, that's another thing. So the other part is that you can put it on a tripod like I do right now. Then you don't have to worry about hand holding it. The part you have to worry about then is that the wind, if there's any breeze, your stuff is going to blow in and out of focus. So yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna look around here. We may not find much more around here. I mean, there's tons of flowers, and I can sit here and take 30, 40 pictures of flowers, but I'm also not wanting to waste a ton of time. I want to be able to make my videos, you know, I don't want to say short, sweet, and to the point, because I enjoy making these videos, and, you know, we get to hang out for 10, 15 minutes, so be it. You know, if I'm boring, then I guess you guys leave and you don't subscribe, and that's okay. I'm mainly doing these videos for the fun of it, but I do want it to become a thing for you guys. I want you guys to be able to look forward to coming out on these little adventures, and so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll keep looking around, and if I don't find anything else interesting today, we will we'll go from there. So catch up with you guys in just a moment. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I made like 4 videos this week. A lot of videos for me, just starting out. I have been playing with the idea of my Thursday videos, if I did 2 videos a week, being more of a quick rapid fire type thing. And I figured with yesterday and how much I had already kind of done with the macro lens, even though, well, I shouldn't say yesterday. Well, I don't know what day it is anymore. Can you guys help me? Maybe I should be buying calendars from you instead of worrying about maybe one day selling calendars, right? Anyways, so that's macro lenses. We will come back to macro lenses. It's a fairly new lens to me. I don't use it a lot. You got to kind of create situations for yourself, even if you do find a bug out in the wild or whatever you want to take a picture of. Like, you know, like hand holding that thing, I was literally almost laying on the ground to get close enough to hand hold that thing. And if I had tried to use a tripod, it would have taken forever to, my tripod will fold to where the legs come almost flat out. So I could get really close to the ground, but not really worth it. Plus on these trails, you know, Especially right here, these are all paved, so that's for, you know, bikes and stuff. Everybody's at work today, so not a huge deal. But I don't need to have my tripod out in the middle of everything, so yeah, we're going to call it a day. I'm going to head home, get me some breakfast, get this video ready, and I will see, well, you guys will see me tomorrow, because that'll be, yeah. Anyways, this has been a lot of fun, though, so definitely make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be doing more of this. So this has been the second part of the experiment, even though I don't really think I did any experimenting. Pretty straightforward today. So yeah, well, thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a good one.